I do think there's something to the Canadian identity. I think it's more than the thing which frankly ground a little bit to me, although Canadians said they didn't mind it, the notion that Canadians are nice. I think Canadians are nice, but I think the depth of the U.S. relationship with Canada goes far, far beyond Canadians being nice. And I've made the observation to many Canadians that sometimes I think Canadians, and there's a paradox that I'm going to reference here. Sometimes Canadians underestimate themselves and underestimate, for example, their value in the U.S. relationship. I used to cringe when Canadians said to me, Mr. Ambassador, we know we're like the poor step cousins, and we know that we're not entitled to be listened to like U.S. voices, and that we play the subservient role in our relationship. That came up a lot in the defense context. I used to tell Canadians all the time, stop underestimating yourself. Stop. I think there's like a bit of an inferiority complex here. And Canadians should not feel that they are inferior in any way to the United States or to anyone else in the world. And I strongly I believed it then, I continue to believe it now. And the examples I gave to that is that Canada gets to be in rooms in foreign affairs that the United States isn't in. There are conversations that Canada can have, even though they're representing the U.S. position as well as the Canadian position, that people will listen to because Canada's saying them. They won't listen to the United States. And as we talk about, for example, our growing diplomacy and need for our growing diplomacy in the global South, Canada has so much more credibility in the global South than the United States does. It's why the partnership is so important, because Canada provides strength where the United States doesn't have as much strength. The United States provides strength where Canada may not have as much strength. So that used to bother me. And I sort of heard about it before I was here, but until you actually experience it, senior people in the government, incredibly accomplished people in the government, people who are doing good in the world every day, articulating this concern really got to me. And I tried to push back on it. So that's one side of the coin. Now here's the paradox, which is when it comes to foreign affairs, when it comes to negotiations, trade negotiations, treaty negotiations, Canada sometimes has an outsized sense of its importance at the table. And it creates, and I use this word incredibly carefully, use it more than once, but I'm using it incredibly carefully. I always try and caveat it. But there's almost a sense of arrogance around Canada's negotiating position and the way in which it presents itself. Canadians have seen this recently by President Trump saying Canada's impossible to deal with, they're very difficult, to cabinet secretaries saying that the termination of negotiations by the president is justified because Canada doesn't negotiate. They're unlike every other country in the world. When they go to the negotiating table, they don't negotiate. So these comments had the ring of truth to me, because I will tell you that in the Biden administration, in the Obama administration, in the Clinton administration, so 3 administrations I know something about, Canada had a reputation of being a very tough negotiator. That's the way we characterized it. And I cannot tell you how many calls I received from the Secretary of State, other cabinet secretaries, the President of the United States, extremely upset about some position that Canada was taking in a negotiation. And Ambassador, you got to talk to them. You got to tell them to back off. They got to help here. So the difference between Biden administration and the Trump administration is that we tried to deal with those problems through diplomacy. We tried to quietly tell Canada, this is really important to the president. You need to figure out a different way to go about this. And I would say we had maybe a 50% success rate. Half the time Canada wouldn't back down, half the time they did. Donald Trump doesn't focus on that. Canada does something he doesn't like, he'll take an immediate negative significant reaction to that. And I have to say, I think Donald Trump's batting at a higher percentage in moving Canada than the United States is, or than the United States was under Joe Biden. So that's that tension of Canada having an inferiority complex, not fully appreciating the importance of its relationship to the United States on the one hand, but on the other hand, having an exaggerated sense of its importance. I think I've seen it referred to by Canadians and by Canadian scholars and by scholars and foreign policy observers around the world. Canada is a middle power. A middle power is really important. That's not something to walk away from, but it's a middle power. It's not a global national power. It's not on the same standing as the United States. And that paradox, that contention, does produce difficulty for Canada in how to navigate global negotiations.